All right, so I have actually no idea what is going on, if it's working or not. But the idea today is to try to write a script. So how I script my YouTube videos and how I can script the upcoming ones. So I have this series that I'm making. It's called 27 Lessons by 27, uh, which is it's here, which
Whatever
basic
I do, I feel
yeah, which basically is every week I try to share one idea or a lesson that I think would be helpful to my younger self. And it's a lot about finding purposes in life or creativity, going slower or relationship based, as you can see here. So I did 9 lessons out of 27, so I still have a lot to do. And to do so, I'm gonna open my note-taking app and I'm gonna guide you through how I organize my IDs and how I do my stuff. So sorry, it's a bit going everywhere. Uh, all right. The first thing I do is every time I see something I like, I'm gonna put it into Note. I know so many people use Notion. I like to use Notion for my newsletter because there is so many stuff involved into the newsletter, and also I'm writing so many. But for YouTube videos, I also put on Notion, but I like to write my ideas on Notes because it's easy and it's fast. Actually, it's very fast, so I can easily come up with ideas, write them, and just improve that before putting it into Notion. And also, I have easier access on my iPhone when I'm traveling around or when I'm going through some places. That way, it makes so the whole process easy. All right. Um, so the first thing I'm gonna do is here you can see there is a bunch of IDs that I write every time. So let's say I have this 27 lessons by 27 series, and I'm thinking, okay, what are the problem, the issue, or the topic I want to talk about, and then I'm just gonna write it. I'm not thinking of is it something trending, is it something that gonna work, is it I'm just brain dump anything basically in there. And that way I can see, okay, do I want to create a video specifically talking about this, or do I want to have this topic in my head, and as I create video or vlog on my day or work on my project, I remember that I have to talk about that. That way I can then create a script with key points to help me remember what I want to talk about during the day or during the time I'm recording the video. So my native language is French. This is why sometimes some stuff are written in French, some other are in English, like my computer is in French, obviously. Doesn't change much about the scripts and everything. So this is the IDs I have. A lot of them are garbage. Uh, it's IDs, it's brain dump, that's normal. So I wrote this first thing a few days ago, 2 days ago. So cinematic video is not what I want to do. I truly enjoy well-made movies. Hmm. So the thing I need to be careful is one video equals one topic, because if I every time I wanna, we are always like, oh, I could talk about this, I could talk about that, and then it lack like the meaning dissolve slowly. So here is that cinematic video is not what I want to do. Fair enough. Um, but maybe that's not the topic. So cinematic videos is not what I want to do. Why I don't want to do cinematic videos? Why you should not do cinematic videos if you're an entrepreneur? This is something interesting because this is the issue covered here. I try to recall myself, but I don't want to act in front of the camera, at home or in public. So maybe explain how to do this, because then I'm talking about the enjoying the process and the end result, which is you should try different stuff to find what you like. So this is more related to how to find something you like doing or creating. And this is more something like why recording yourself in a cinematic way is forcing yourself to act, which then it's losing the purpose of documenting something raw or having real things, because everything is like scripted in a way. So here it's a perfect example. I wrote this in one day and it's it's already separated in half, two different topics. I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna split this in two. Well, I think I'm just gonna remove it. Try different process to find the one. Yeah, okay, sure. Experimentation for life. Yeah, it will work with specific quality content. If cinematic work, nothing else. Okay, this is interesting. This is interesting because so the idea is, so in 3-step, this is explaining the issue of if you create something, whatever it is, cinematic or not cinematic. If let's say I create something cinematic and then it works, it works, like it overperform, I'm gonna think to myself like, if I want to make it work, I have to do that kind of content. I learned this from John Yu, I guess, on Instagram. Yeah, probably. And he's saying basically like, if you put a lot of effort into one videos, you use the big cinema camera, you use the big setup, you take hours to edit, to script and everything, and then it works, but it took you 2 weeks to do, and then you're like, oh, it was so exhausting. But because it works, you're thinking, okay, I have to do this more. So then you keep doing this more, and it keeps exhausting you a lot because you're thinking if you don't do that, it's not gonna work. This is the trap. So the thing is, what I enjoy doing that I can repeat long enough without burning out myself. For some people, it's actually cinematic work because they're like short film or telling story, or like Life of Riza, which is like, you think it's a vlog, but everything is scripted. I don't know if everything is scripted. I mean, it looks like everything is scripted based on her BTS, but maybe it's like real life event that then she tried to romanticize. I don't know her process, but it's just to understand that some stuff feels scripted, and they are not, and other stuff feels really natural, but in fact there's like a whole crew behind the camera recording the driving lesson that Riza is taking, let's say. So that's the ID, okay. Then I want to separate it in 3 parts. So there is, first part is the issue. I'm gonna say the problem. So the problem is enjoy well polished videos to watch, but to create this, I'm gonna isolate the note so it looks more perfect. This is way better. He helped me focus a bit more. The background color is so... Wait. I just realized the background color is so aggressive. Yeah, the purple one for creativity. Okay, this one is good. I made this wallpaper, by the way. If you want it, just let me know. I'm gonna put a link. So I put the problem, then a bit of context. The goal is what I like to do is I'm gonna just try to write an outline of the script I want to talk about. And then I'm gonna think of, I'm gonna put into ChatGPT so I can have an idea of, is it bad, is it good? What is the hook that ChatGPT or Gemini can offer me? And to see if it works, or if it's something that, oh, okay, I like this, I'm gonna take this and put it there, this snippet, or then I'm not gonna over script this one. This is gonna be a voiceover, so maybe I'm gonna script it a little bit, but I like to have then key points to let me express myself freely, and then cut afterwards on the editing, or if there is my video editor doing it, then he can cut what is not interesting or going like taking a rabbit hole. Shit, I really thought it would be it would be easier to write, but I'm speaking too much by myself. Even this, like if cinematic work, nothing else work, because then the thing I explained, it's also even it could even be a whole video about it. So, because again, this is like a bit of a rabbit hole, because the problem is I enjoy well polished videos, but I'm gonna use a super lightweight setup. So this is the solution. Here's what works the best. I want to really try to share what works for me and not what you should do, because I feel people are gonna be inspired, and they like when I watch a video and I'm like seeing someone that I like or that I enjoy watching doing something, and then he's like sharing how he's doing it, I'm naturally gonna copy or try it by myself, because I'm gonna be like, oh, if he's successful doing if he's successful having a six-pack abs doing this exercise, I want to have the same exercise as him. And I think it's better than if someone is like, if you want the six-pack abs, you have to do this. Of course, I'm gonna still watch it, but it's more convincing, and it's less salesy in a way. If I truly connect with the person, I'm like, oh, I want to do what he's doing. Even though sometimes the recommendation are not that good, or is not the best option. Like for me, like this solution for my favorite lightweight setup is my iPhone. Maybe for some people it's not gonna be their phone, because their phone they have the 12 mini, or they have a dumb phone, and they don't want to have an iPhone. They want to keep the dumb phone because that's the way they are focused. So Maybe they're gonna think, "Oh, I don't want an iPhone. I want to use a GoPro. I want to separate the tool I use." Which then, of course, they're not gonna connect with me. But at least they can see my perspective and how I'm using it. And maybe they're gonna think like, "Oh, I actually like what Sullivan is doing. Maybe I should have an iPhone." And instead of my dumb phone, maybe it's gonna be helpful, because it's true. I don't have to carry two cameras and stuff. It's better to convince people like this. I mean, I'm not trying to convince anybody, so I think it's the best. It's so hard to do. Like on so many scripts, I realize I'm like the big brother telling what you should do, what you should not, and I hate watching those. I hate watching those videos, but I'm doing it for mine, which which is funny. It doesn't make sense, right? So there is a problem solution, and then it can be the how to. How to. I remember that I think who was it? Who said that? Vanessa Lowe probably said in one of her courses, like keep the how to or the technical explanation at the end. In the end, otherwise people are gonna skip. Is there even any technical setup? Shit. Okay, that's the one issue with Apple Notes is it seems like I cannot do the. Huh? Okay, I'm just. So the setup is Final Cut camera for videos. So here is what I meant when I said I don't want to have the full script. This is just like key point that I'm gonna then talk about. File is too big. Oh, what happened? Oh. What? Okay. But is the difference? Yes. Nobody sees the difference in color grading. And why I use Final Cut and why is separate. And that's it, that's the setup. This is for another video, so I'm gonna put that in my notes. Okay. Yeah, what up? And voila, here I have the script. So then I'm gonna go to. First, let me check if my YouTube video is streaming. Hey, it is. It is. No way. Wait, let me check. Voila, here I have the script. this is this is crazy. I've never. This is this is so cool. Okay, let's go on ChatGPT. All right. So for the script, how can I ask this? Okay, I'm gonna do it like this, and I'm gonna then copy and paste it in. So also in Gemini, I have the Pro in Gemini because I also have Google Workspace for the Google Drive with 2 terabytes and the domain name for Gmail. It's very good, and the price is quite cheap for everything you got. I mean, it's like 16 bucks, 16 Swiss francs. Okay, let's see what Gemini come up with. Oh, the title is so good. It's very good. Let's see what ChatGPT came up with. Hook context. Okay, did it give me core takeaway? Okay. Pose cut. Okay, short pose. It gave me everything. Like. Okay, this is a repetition of this. This is a repetition. Yeah, I feel like ChatGPT is not so good for scripting in general. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't. Maybe it's the way I'm using it. I should give like example of good structure. Maybe. The more I try to make it look perfect, the less I actually enjoy the thing I was feeling. This is not true. It's just painful to have a heavy camera. But it's funny it came up with that. The core truth, script flow. Okay, script. Prep you need to exit its production. Ah, that's good. That's good. This is good. My big camera is amazing, but it's heavy. It's a barrier when I see something beautiful happening by the time. Set up the rig. I set up the rig. Come on, I don't need to set up a rig. It's just like bulky and everything. Okay. Seems like I'm on like a production team with a $50,000 camera. I have to set up the rig. Pulling your iPhone out of pocket, simple, fast, sleek. Yeah. Okay, so I like the way some sentence. So this is interesting with AI. Is sometimes the word using is actually so good because I'm not native in English, as you can tell. So sometimes my vocabulary is a bit a bit messed up, and I love the way they look, the lighting, the mood. This is very good because I truly enjoy watching videos with cinematic vibe. But yeah, I love cinematic video. Yeah, I truly enjoy well-made movies or YouTube videos. Yeah, okay. I love cinematic videos. I love the way they look, the lighting, the mood. This is great. It's shorter and it gives the emotion. So I just take that. Okay, my favorite setup now. It's just the iPhone. This sounds so made up. That's funny. Found a frictionless sweet spot. This is good. I've tried every setting on every piece of gear. I haven't tried every piece of gear. I don't have the budget for that, but I've tried every settings at least. Okay, so I'm not that far. I think the most important is truly the hook, like the intro. This is like the first 30 seconds. I need to put so much effort so that people are gonna have a clear message, see where they're gonna go. Am I going to deliver a result? And obviously yes, I'm going to give an answer and a solution. I need to cover these three things so people are hooked up and they want to keep watching until the end to have the answer. So maybe the answer is that I'm using an iPhone, and maybe it's not that I am using an iPhone, is how I am using the iPhone. So let's say that could even like the fact that I mentioned it's I switched from a big camera to an iPhone could even be in the hook, because then people are gonna be like, oh, okay, but how is he using his iPhone? Because when I'm using my iPhone, it doesn't look good, or when I'm using my iPhone, it's all messy because it's in my gallery app. What I should document, stuff like that. Oh, I forgot to record myself. So yeah, it's a good exercise to say things out loud. It's and in English, because then it's forced me to think. I like this exercise of doing some live videos like this. Uh, I always thought I should force myself a bit more. Yeah, you understand? I don't. Yeah, I enjoy myself. Till I change my way. Okay, I think this is good. This is the good hook. This is the outline. This is then the problem. So this is the intro, then the problem. I'm gonna go back. Oh, I forgot to take the title. Okay, I just leave it there so I remember it exists. But this, why I stop trying to be cinematic and what I do instead. That's good. So, yeah, set up. All right, I guess it's been 31 minutes now. Now I'm streaming, so I wanted to do 30 minutes to see how it is, and I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoy this video. I'm gonna try to make new ones like this. I would like to do, I don't know, maybe once every week. And the goal is not so much to work, but also to have interaction with you. Maybe you have questions, or maybe we can talk freely, we can connect. I think it's the best way. Also, I really like YouTube, and so it's great that I can do live there. The setup is very minimal. I'm using my iPhone for my camera and my laptop. And it's working great so far. Looking for your feedback, and take care. And happy script.